Hello, my name is Matthew Parsons, and I'm here to talk to you about something that I hold near and dear to my heart and my head, and that's motorcycle safety and universal helmet laws. I love riding a motorcycle. I've been riding for a couple of years, and I absolutely love it. The wind in my face and the freedom that I feel is like nothing else I've ever felt before. When I ride, I always wear protective gear, to include my helmet. And it doesn't matter what state I'm in, whether they have a partial helmet law or no helmet law, such as Illinois. I'm still going to wear my helmet no matter where I am. I believe that all states need to have universal helmet laws to protect the riders and passengers from injury or death. The states that don't have motorcycle helmet laws are Illinois, Iowa, and New Hampshire. Unfortunately, some of these states believe that helmet laws are unnecessary because they believe it's up to the rider to decide whether or not they want to protect themselves. There's an old saying about how to dress when you're riding a motorcycle, and it's dress for the slide, not the ride. And to me that means that you need to dress appropriately. You need to wear a helmet and protective body armor. Make sure you're wearing some good jeans. And if you're wearing a jacket, some of the jackets come with elbow pads, shoulder pads, and a back pad. Here's a jacket, my jacket here, that I use. I don't have the shoulder pads in it right now, but there's an elbow pad in each arm to protect me. Also on the back, I have a reflective skull emblem here. And this helps at night, so when people's headlights shine against this thing will light up and they'll see it. There's also a back pad back here to protect me if I fall off my bike and I end up sliding. You can also get armored pants, or you can wear chaps as well. Some of the helmets that you get have sun visors in them, like this one does here. And I can push the button on top and it goes back up again. But the one key thing about getting the helmet is you want to make sure it is Department of Transportation certified, DOT certified. There's a lot of cheap knockoff helmets out there that a lot of motorcycle shops will sell. If they don't have this sticker on it, do not buy it because those helmets could shatter if they're not tested for any kind of wrecks or anything like that. The stuff I showed you, you can get at any kind of motorcycle shop. Just go there, take a look. They'll have all the stuff that I'm describing to you right now. When riding a motorcycle, you gotta make sure that you're protected. And I just can't believe that there's some people there that are anti-helmet. It could be a friend or a coworker or a family member. That's why I believe that everyone should adhere to motorcycle helmet laws. Helmets are proven to reduce the risk of death. The National Traffic Safety Administration, also known as the NHTSA, states that helmets reduce the risk of death by 37% and the risk of head injury by 69%. The NHTSA report concludes that if all states required riders to wear helmets, then there would be an average of 21 deaths that could be prevented per state. Right now, currently only 19 states require the rider to wear a helmet when riding a motorcycle. It wasn't always like this. Back in 1967, states were required to have helmet laws in order to qualify for certain federal safety programs and highway construction funds. The federal incentives worked, and by the early 1970s, every state had a helmet law. It wasn't until 1976 when the states lobbied against this and Congress stopped the Department of Transportation from assessing certain financial penalties on states without helmet laws. Now laws are able to decide. Now states are allowed to decide what laws they want. Some states have partial helmet laws, where the rider has to wear a helmet if he's under a certain age, such as the age of 17, like in Michigan. Robert Pratt is a journalist for Health Day, and in one of his articles from Medicine.com, he believes that partial helmet laws do a lot more damage than they do good because it only protects the younger riders. And a lot of the older riders in states such as Michigan would ride motorcycles and they wouldn't wear helmets, and then they get in accidents and they'd get TBI, which is traumatic brain injuries. About 4 years ago, I had a friend of mine who was riding a motorcycle in a state that didn't require helmet laws, and he took a turn too quick, slipped and banged his head on the concrete. From this injury, he suffered a traumatic brain injury that changed his life forever. He is no longer able to work or help support his family. When I look in his eyes, he's not the same person I knew before his brain injury. I served with him in the military, and he's no longer to do any of this stuff. He can't serve the military, can't support his family. He just sits at home. It's a very tragic thing, all because he didn't wear a helmet. People who do wear helmets can count themselves in a good statistic, though, because helmets saved over 1,859 lives in 2019, according to the report by Allison Derrick and Lee Faucher, MD, from Motorcycle, Helmets, and Rider Safety, a legislative crisis from 2016. If all motorcycles were to wear helmets, America would save more than $1 billion in economic cost. These statistics do not lie, and you can see how costly it is for riders that don't wear helmets. Stephanie S. Gelber is an experienced plaintiff from New York, and she states in her article, "Do motorcycle helmets prevent head injuries?" that if you're not wearing a helmet, this could affect legal fees, and if you're to get in an accident, you might not be able to get any claims from damages because you weren't wearing a helmet. In 2015, over 58% of riders that died were not wearing helmets, and this cost an additional $290 million in the national health care cost alone. If every state enforced helmet laws, then all riders and their passengers would be protected from traumatic brain injuries. This would decrease insurance rates, and health care would be less expensive for everyone that rides a motorcycle. Another way to lower your insurance rates and protect yourself is taking a motorcycle safety course, and this will teach you how to familiarize yourself better with riding. I took this course and it made me a more confident rider. I'm more cognizant when I'm on the road, and I feel safer knowing that I've taken these classes. When you're riding a motorcycle, safety begins with you while you're riding. Wear a helmet, wear protective gear. Even if you're in another state that says you don't need to wear a helmet, wear a helmet to be safe. Be aware of your surroundings when you're out there. If you love to ride, go out there and have fun. Thank you for watching my speech, and have a great week.